Ahmad Ibrahim has been active in Muay Thai and collecting championships since he was just a boy. Now with a childhood dream within his grasp, he vies for the WBC National Championship, a title he's been dreaming for since he was a child. He's taken on the current champ, Adam Rothweiler. It's going down September 25th in Burbank, California at WCK Matter of Pride Full Rules Muay Thai in the main event of the evening. I got a chance to speak with Ahmad before his big fight, his childhood dream bout, and he tells all in this exclusive interview with MyMMANews.com. So you heard that intro, man. The coveted green and gold strap, man. It doesn't get much bigger than that. The WBC belt. What does that mean to you?
I always made jokes to my uncle and I said if I won a WBC belt and I never fought again, you would not hear one complaint from my mouth. I actually have pictures and notes from when I was like 13 saying I can't wait to become a WBC champion. That was like
Really?
I want to be a police officer one day thing that's growing up. So this has been a long time coming. So
that's amazing, man. So is suffice it to say, is this your biggest fight to date, your biggest opponent, the biggest challenge to date?
I wouldn't say he's my biggest opponent or my biggest challenge. What is pretty surprising is we don't know what to expect, given he hasn't fought in about 3 years. So he could be completely worse, completely better. I could be his retirement fight and he's ready to kill me. It's 3 years is a long time. A lot can change, we could watch all the footage we want from 3, 4, 5 years ago. Back then, he was the guy to beat at my weight. Now I feel like I'm the guy to beat. So I'm just training as hard as I can, and I'm ready for the worst. I fought overseas, and so is he. But I fought some killers. So is he like the toughest opponent I fought? I would say on paper, no. But we'll see what he brings to the table.
Now, that's quite a long time away from the ring. You've been very active, obviously one of the most active Muay Thai fighters, especially for your weight, and a Palestinian fighter. On top of that, the accolades, they just keep trickling. So do you think that's going to play a factor, your experience versus his inactivity?
From what I can tell is he's a big 125-pounder, so he's definitely cutting weight, given the fact that he hasn't fought in a long time, and he's cutting a lot more weight than me. I would say it will play a part in the later rounds. I don't know. I feel like everyone at this level is just really good. So, you're not a WBC champ if you suck. So,
right.
He's definitely game. He's definitely good. Ring rush is a thing. So I just don't know what to expect. Like I said, I might be this man's last fight, and he's ready to kill me. He's gonna have to because I don't plan on losing. So.
I was going to say, with everything going behind this fight, you having the notes from when you were a kid, and he could be coming in one way, but you can be coming in a different match. Do you think this is almost like the old head versus the new lion coming up?
He's had this belt for a long time, and from what I can understand, he's never defended it. And I think he's almost done fighting, and I think it's my turn to have that belt. I feel like no one at 125 who's fought at this weight as long as me deserves that belt more than me. I fight for the USA team. I've medaled for 125. I haven't lost many fights at that weight. I've had some losses up a little bit heavier, but this is all I ever wanted. Like I'm not joking when I say if every fight were to get canceled after this, I genuinely would not give a shit. Like everything after this is dandy. If I go to one and I beat Raw Tank for the 125, that's cool. I got a WBC belt. I don't care what happens after this. This is like my biggest dream. And then we can figure out the rest of my career after. Not saying I'm done fighting, but
of course,
that's just how big this belt means to me. I've ran more miles for this camp. Me and my coach trained together every day for this camp. I added strength conditioning to this camp. I have a new job, so I'm up even earlier just for this camp. Everything around my life right now revolves around this belt. It's the background on my phone. So it's the first thing I see and the last thing I see every day. Right. You
When
know.
you got the initial call, I mean, I saw obviously follow you on Instagram. I saw you saying, "Oh, this is all I have to do to win a WBC fight," and so I saw the skit. So, what was your initial thought process when you got offered that belt? When you got that contract sent to you, what was the initial feeling?
So when I heard about the fight, I remember it vividly. Me and a couple of my teammates were just sitting doing sit-ups, and Rami was on the phone, just smiling at me. I'm just doing my sit-ups. He looks at me. He's like, "I got it." I'm like, "What?" He's like, "I got it." I'm like, "What did you get?" He's like, "I got you WBC title fight in September." I lost my shit, and I just started screaming because I've been asking for this fight for so long. And this guy has had the belt. And I was supposed to fight him 2 or 3 times before. I don't know why it didn't happen, but I would get rumors, "Yo, you're fighting him for the belt." Boom, 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 boom. And then I would never get a contract for whatever reason. And Ram was like, "Yo, you got the fight." And I was like, "I don't want to hear shit until I get a contract," because I've been told this against a specific person many times. And I got the contract, and I took that real silly video. If you know me, I take one video. However it looks, it looks. I'm not. I hope it didn't come off cocky. It was supposed to come out humorous.
Of course.
I'm very far from cocky. So, Adam, if you saw that, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to disrespect you. It was just a kind of video. But yeah, and since that day, camp started immediately. It's been about 8-9 week camp so far, with only maybe 1 day off a week. So it's been very, very rigorous.
Now, overtraining isn't going to be a factor in this fight because, I mean, obviously your excitement level is just ramped up to a new level.
I think that's been out the window.
So this guy's been on your radar for a while, obviously, Adam Rothweiler. He's been the champ for a while. Like you said, it's about time for him to defend it. What do you see in him that you think that you can take out?
He's got experience. I looked at my last opponent and I thought I studied him, and then I realized I didn't study shit because what I expected wasn't what happened in the fight. Not that I expected to kill him or beat him up, but what I expected him to do wasn't really what he did because of what I was like. There's factors you can't really imitate. My last opponent, I expected him to come out with so much boxing, but I was kicking him so much, he was barely boxing, and he changed his game plan. I feel like everyone at this level, Adam, everyone is just so good. Yeah. Like, I want to say Adam Rothweiler has very, very good boxing, but if I stick to my game plan, he's not going to box. And then what is he going to do after that? Like, I'm training right now for literally any aspect of the fight. I'm clinching, I'm boxing, I'm kicking. I really, really feel like I need to hurt him. Given he's in California, he's the champ. I'm selling about like 20 or 30 tickets, believe it or not, all the way in the West Coast. So I'm definitely coming with a little bit of a following, but I know he's going to have a much bigger following. And if you want to beat the champ, you got to beat the champ. So I don't want to focus myself on one thing. Like, I know the dude throws a lot of uppercuts. He has really long arms, a lot of far boxing. But I don't want to just focus it on that. I train for every aspect of this fight. Usually I fight very cautious, very counter, very Thai, but that shit doesn't fly in America.
Being the East Coast kid, traveling out west to fight the current champion, do you think you're going to have to stop him?
The way you say that, it's different for me because I feel like I'm home. This is my first fight in America in 3 years. Given that it's all the way in the West Coast, I can leave my house without my passport. So yeah, I'm definitely not a hometown, but it still feels good fighting in America. Like, I haven't fought in the States in 3 years. Yeah. I'd rather be in the West Coast as the outsider than in someone's home country. Like I'm gonna see people I know at least, you know. Like, when I go, like, my last 3 fights, like Korea, Chile, like, they're champs, and I really have to kill them to win, you know. Like, my last fight was so controversial, and I fought a Mexican champ in Mexico. I'm like, yeah, I'm probably not like the favorite to win, but like, at least I'm in my country. Like, I'm trying to look at it like that, you know. I get to leave without my.
Look, hey, you know what? One thing I will say about that bout is one of the slickest, most Matrix types. You know exactly that slip that I'm talking about. Where, oh my gosh, where the foot, it looked like you were about to go all, and yeah, it was intense.
I don't know how
I'll put a highlight in it right at this portion just so fans can understand what I'm talking about. But when I was watching it live, I was like, God, this kid is so damn slick.
it happens. I've never practiced that in my life. Just do real.
So, obviously, you know a little bit about the guy. You know what he's bringing to the table. Obviously, you know what you're bringing to the table. I talked to your coach a little bit before we got on the line here. He said it's time for you to dethrone the champ. It's time for someone else to take over that belt, and it's time, quote, that everyone understands that Ahmad is the best 125-pounder in the country in Muay Thai. Your thoughts on that? I understand it's your uncle. I understand it's your trainer, but it's a very, very well-respected man in the Muay Thai community. Go ahead.
I do think it's time for a new champion. Like I said, no disrespect to Adam. I just feel like I deserve it more. I've put more time in. I've put the last 3 years in. I know COVID was a thing, but even my coach got me fights in the middle of COVID. Like, I never stopped. I never took a year off. I never sat in my house and contemplated COVID. Like, I made sure I took care of my shit, and I haven't stopped fighting in the last 4 or 5 years. Ever since I turned pro, I fought multiple times every year, you know, and yeah. I don't know what his situation is. If he's a family man or whatever it is, that's his problem. I genuinely feel like it's my time, and I know for a fact the only way I win this belt is if I go and take it. So I've been, you know, practicing physically, mentally, and spiritually. I genuinely do think I am one of the best 125-pounders. There's still people that I didn't beat. Not that I think I can't. I just know I need to beat them still. So I'm not going to say I'm the best, but I'm definitely a contender, and I've put more work than him. I've represented Muay Thai more than him. That belt doesn't belong with him. It should be with me. And whether I defend it after I win, that's another thing. But it is time for a new champion.
How do you take out Adam Rothweiler on Saturday, September 25th at WCK, Matter of Pride, and become the new WBC National Champion?
I'm going to welcome him back. I'm going to be like, you shouldn't have left for 3 years. This is what you've missed out on, and I've waited for him. So I'm going to pressure. Not as much technical. I have good technique, but I'm not going to counter. I'm going to be in his face round 1 to round 5, and we'll see how his cardio is, and we'll see how my cardio is.
Prediction?
I'm just going to win. Don't care how.
So what do you think? Well, I know it's going to be tough to think about right now, but what do you think? What's it going to mean to you, all these years of sacrifice culminating when you hear the new WBC champ? How does that sound?
I dream of it, man. I dream of it. I'm at work and I'm thinking of it, and I have like the weirdest job. Like I'll sit here and think, like, I don't know if you know this, Adam, but I'm a gym teacher at a school.
I knew you were working at a school, but I thought previously that you were doing something else at the school.
I got a promotion. I was a maintenance man. Now I'm a gym teacher.
Oh, word! Check you out, big man.
Yeah, I'm gym teacher / WBC champion. Like, that just sounds so awesome.
That sounds like the kind of health professional that I would like to follow.
You know what I mean? Like if I win this fight, that belt is not coming off my waist.
Speaking of following, I just thought I'd break that out there for you. Thought I'd break that out there. Yeah. Yes. That was my surprise for you.
That's awesome. That's a beautiful shirt.
All right, Ahmad, I'm going to let you go, man. I know you got a lot going on. A lot has been going into this camp, and obviously knowing your family for such a long, nothing but the best. I know how much this means to you, and I'm looking so forward to seeing this fight go down, man. And for the fans, trust me, I know I say it a lot that you don't want to miss this fight. This fight, you 1,000% do not want to miss this fight. Ahmad, I appreciate your time, brother.
Thank you, Adam.
There he goes. Ahmad Ibrahim set to take on the current WBC champ Adam Rothweiler, going down at WCK Matter of Pride in just a couple days. Saturday, September 25th, it's going down. And my man Ahmad Ibrahim will be vying for the WBC title.